Barry Can't Swim, When Will We Land? I've been aware of Barry Can't Swim for a while. He's made a lot of nice tunes and the name kind of sticks out. But this is a great record. Like, I think 2023 we got a lot of really good atmospheric and very experience-based dance records. Two that come to mind is Cult Classics by Joy Anonymous and Super Shy with Happy Music. And this is up there with them as well. It really grips you from the get-go in terms of its musicality, in terms of its sampling, whether that be a casual conversation between two people about the weekend or from a space mission. And I know that sampling isn't new to the dance scene, it very much isn't. But I feel like we are seeing producers do it in a very interesting way compared to sometimes in the past. It's not just, oh, do you remember this? It's this you might know, but it does add to the track. So let's start with the title track. What a fantastic opener. It's beautiful, it's atmospheric. I really like the use here of the synths and the piano and like the wailing choir. It's like there and it's wailing, so you notice it, but it's all very subtle and it all introduces you to the experience of this album. Deadbeat Gospel featuring Some Deadbeat, which is a very interesting name for an artist. Again, the wailing synths mixed in with this sample conversation about the weekend coming about, it's really good. And yeah, dance records do tend to sort of talk about sort of the lust and the excitement for the weekend to come so that you could go to a dance, a rave. But it does it here really well. And it's a really bouncy and fun track too. A proper skanking tune, I'd say. I am getting little Fred Again vibes from this track, but I think Barry has done a really good job here. Wonder, which was a single that came out prior to this. It's got steel drums in there, and if steel drums are in your track, 9 times out of 10, it's going to bang. Again, the piano does appear a lot on this record, but I think it's done in such an interesting way. It's like, it's not just a simple piano, there's like patterns and there's like emphasis on certain keys, and it just, yeah, it gets you. And there's a harp here. I'm really glad we're seeing more authentic instruments in dance music, so I think it really adds to the musicality elements. It's a chilled out track, but it's quite mesmerising too. How it feels, I've heard these vocals before. I can't quite figure out where, and I did try to look for them, but I can't quite figure out where they're from. But they're catchy and they grab you instantly. The beat is chilled but bouncy. Also, the drums in this, they really give it the rhythm, the kind of spine of the record. But yeah, How It Feels is a great track. And apparently it was going to be an interlude originally, but they made it a full track because they said it sounded great, and good job on that. I Won't Let You Down featuring Fal Nioki and Black Box. Love this track, I really do. It's the violin at the start is gorgeous and it has you hooked from the get-go. Like immediately you're like, yeah, this track's gonna go off. The drum pattern I noticed was quite similar to Club to Death by Robert D. You may remember that track from The Matrix, of course. It's not like completely the same, but I just, you know, sometimes when you hear something you're like, oh, that sounds a bit similar to that. It's one of those ones. Vocals are very interesting here because it's like, it's not quiet, but it's like a very quiet approach. It's like not very overstated, but it's very melodic at the same time, and it fits really well over this beat. And the final track I'd like to talk about is Dance of the Crab first. I mean, the title in itself, You know, we've had Crab Rave and now a Dance of the Crab. This is the biggest like dance floor anthem of the record. It's a pounding beat, gets you going, and for a track of its title, it does the job, and I'm sure the crabs are having a boogie. But Define Dancing is a fantastic closer to the record. It really is. Very subtle in its approach with the pianos and the drum beats and the synths. But as the track goes on, it adds, and towards the end, there's like this quite bassiness to it, right at the end. But I think this closes the record off really well. And I think with an album like this, the experience there's got to be a good start, good middle, and a good end, just like a movie. And I think this ticks those boxes. Now, is this like a 10 out of 10 record? I don't think so. There is some tracks here that don't quite have me gripped. There's nothing here that's bad or average. I enjoy everything here. There's just some of the tracks I haven't mentioned don't quite entice me as much and aren't quite as different and interesting. But I think this is a really good record, as I said. For there to be 7 tracks that I think are like amazing and then the rest are just good, like that's a good ratio in my opinion. But yeah, this is a really great album. Again, it's one of those ones where I'm like, why did I not listen to this sooner? It did only come out like a few months ago, but I wish I got to this sooner, because When Will We Land is a great record, and along with Joy Anonymous's Cult Classics and Happy Music Super Shy, they are 3 of my favourite dance records of the year for their atmospheric approach and just the joy these albums give you. And I'm very much glad that Barry Can't Swim not only charted with this record, but also as a Brit nomination because of this record, because it's a fantastic album. I think it's cool that someone like Barry, who isn't necessarily in the mainstream like that, can create such a fabulous record that resonates with people to the point that it charts, and then it gets recognised by the Brit Awards. So yeah, that's all I've got to say about this record. It's great. It's beautiful. Go listen to it.